Hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. It's sticky. It's sticky. It's sticky. ASMR. ASMR. And welcome back to the channel, everyone. And in today's video, we will be doing our 4K special, which has been in the works for a while. We already passed 4K. I think we're at 4.04 or something last I checked. And I would like to say thank you so much to everybody who is subscribed to me. I really appreciate it. Back when I started this channel, I think it was like 3 years ago, did not think I'd be doing it, you know, to this day, but here we are, and I'm really glad I've been keeping up with it because it's something I really do enjoy, and having 4,000 of you subscribe to me is crazy, and I do want to extend my most heartfelt gratitude to you all, thank you so much, and I would like to say huge thank you to our channel members as well, our channel members. If you are interested in becoming a channel member, you can click the join button, which is next to the subscribe button, but this is only available on desktop, unfortunately, not on your phones as well. But there's a special members only playlist that I have that will never be available to public, so if you want to click it, look at the thumbnails and everything, if anything interests you, we have that linked in the description box down below, and you get to do video ideas, and I have a lot of personalized videos for members. I'm also filming a lot of fortune telling ones coming up, so members, those of you who have asked for one fortune telling reading, it's coming up. But yes, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Mirelsa, to Christian, to Rohit, to Eli, to Manuel, we have God, we have Dodo, we have Madison, cat, plus other members who do not wish to be named, but thank you all so much. Love you all, my lovely members. But let's begin with today's video. So I am currently filming on my phone, so I can't actually hold my phone until I look at the questions and everything, but I have my computer here, and I'll be reading stuff off of here. It's my MacBook Pro, and I have 2 stickers on it. Can anybody guess? Who these 2 are? This is Jim Morrison, and this is John Frusciante in the Under the Bridge music video. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up my computer on the side, and we're gonna start going through the questions. I think a couple of you have left some questions under my videos, and then the majority of you responded under my community post, so let's go ahead and look at those. And I did just want to mention I do not have any answers pre-prepared. I don't know if that's a thing people do when answering. Maybe I should have gone through them before, but we're just gonna wing it and do it live. Okay, so the first question I'm looking at is, there's a couple, and it's from galaxylucy 5948, and they've commented on a lot of my videos, so thank you so much. And basically they said, so the first part of the comment is like responding to the video, and then, which was about like thrifting. Second part for the Q&A video, it says, what is your favorite childhood movie? I have it on VHS, but I'm not gonna grab it. It is The Goonies. I was obsessed with that movie. Really loved it. The vibe, even to this day, it is so wholesome, and these kids, they get together, they go on a treasure hunt, they have a map they're following, and it's just the best. But also Coraline obviously has a special place in my heart. I've talked about Coraline a lot, but I'd say Goonies and Coraline are my two. Coraline I still love to this day, and question, also from galaxylucy. It says, are you more of a cat person or a dog person? Dog person. I am a cat person 100%. I'm actually really against dogs, like having one. A lot of my family have dogs as pets, and they do the most, I find. I really like my personal space, and they just jump up on you. I feel like cats are a lot more respectful than dogs are, but they're really cute. I can appreciate a cute dog. I really dislike dogs. I just think they're also a lot more messier than cats are, especially the bigger dogs that like slobber everywhere. That makes me like queasy. But if you like dogs, obviously no hate. Personal preference. Next question, science fiction or fantasy? Ooh, that's a really good question. I really love fantasy movies because I feel like you can really do cool stuff with the stage and set design. But I read a lot of sci-fi books. Oh, I really don't know. Whichever one I pick, I'm gonna regret, to be honest with you. You know what? I'll pick fantasy. If I had to choose one, I will go with fantasy. Just because I feel like it's a lot more magical and fun. Sci-fi is a little bit intense sometimes, that's for sure. So now the next question is, what is your favorite piece of jewelry ever? It can be something you own or just a piece you know of, have seen somewhere. I'm actually going to grab my favorite necklace and show you guys. And I'm back with the necklace. This necklace I actually got this year, but I've never worn a necklace so often before. And my friend has a jewelry business. I met her in one of my university psychology courses, and I got this from her. Oops, backwards. This necklace from her, and it's this really pretty necklace. It's similar to a rosary almost, and I think it was made from an old rosary. She just added different charms on it and everything, because all these little beads she did herself. This is I recognize the loops she makes, and it has this really lovely flower. And on this pendant we have two different saints. So one is Saint Francis and the other is Saint Anthony. Saint Anthony. This is Saint Francis. So I'm not a religious person whatsoever. I don't go to church or anything, but I really love the imagery of like rosaries, crosses, and even in like the Egyptian Ankh and everything. Obsessed with certain cultural like icons, if that makes sense. I guess you can say I'm more into it in a gothic way rather than religious. But this necklace, I really find the rosary shape very flattering on everyone. So this is like, wait, let me unzip so you can see what it would look like. It just kind of like sits down like that. And after looking into Saint Francis and Saint Anthony, it basically just means like peace, protection. And one of them, I think it was Saint Francis, the Italian guy, he was a like mystic allegedly, so very witchy, magic-y, you know. But this is my favorite piece of jewelry. Top 5 music artists. Okay, top 5. Oh my god, this is difficult. John Frusciante, obviously. The Doors, Big Thief, for sure. Smashing Pumpkins. That leaves me with one spot. I'd probably have to go with T-Rex or their earlier stuff when they were Tyrannosaurus Rex, but I'll lump that together. Those are probably top 5 for me right now, currently. What was the incident at your school? Just a crazy story that happened. It can either be high school or primary school. We actually had a wild incident. I'm gonna have to censor some words because I don't know what YouTube will allow. Basically, when I was in grade 10, I had to go back to do grade 9 band class because, at least in my high school, you have to have at least one art credit to graduate. And I did woodshop when I was in grade 9, but that counted as a design instead of art credits. So I was like, damn. So I had to do grade 9 band when I was in grade 12. And the grade 9s at that time, they were crazy. So our incident was basically, the girls' washroom on the first floor was right around the corner from our main office. And a couple of girls from my band class would organize, it was like a ring, right? So they would literally call men from dating apps, and these are like men, like old guys. Back then we were 14, 15 actually. So they were very much underage, and they would call men to come to our school, into our washrooms, and they would bring with them like Coke, not the drinking one, with them, and they would like do lines in the washroom, and one of the grade 9s ended up getting pregnant, and it was this like big scandal. The police were involved, like investigation and stuff like that, and it was really wild. In the moment I was like, I felt really sad for these girls that were doing and participating in this, because like that is not okay. And now looking back, I'm like, that is wild that 14, 15-year-olds were doing that with like 30-plus-year-old men. So that was the incident at my school. We had a little ring going on, and then we had to put up like no Coke posters like in every single washroom. It was crazy. And then galaxylucy says, I hope this is not too many. LOL, I just love your channel for real. Thank you so much. I really look forward to all of your comments. Comments. It makes me so incredibly happy. Thank you so much, galaxylucy. Now let's move on to the next question. So, looneymade asks, what is your favorite song to play on guitar? Ooh, that's a really good one. What is my favorite song? I'm trying to think of like what the song is that when I pick up guitar I start playing. It used to be Little Wing. I would play that constantly on guitar, but Crazy on You is also fun because you do a lot of hybrid picking, so it's like every finger is pretty much involved. So I'd probably say Crazy on You by Heart. Thank you so much for your question, looneymade. Oleguacamole says, you also have a non-ASMR YouTube? I do not know. When I was younger, I used to have a YouTube channel. I was obsessed with like Shopkins and whatnot. But like I posted 2 videos and then I deleted the account because I was really young. I was really young. But I don't have a non-ASMR YouTube. It's just ASMR right now, for now. So now we're gonna get into the community post questions. The ones I was reading before, they were all from my videos. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning. And I apologize if I say these names wrong, guys. I'm really sorry. Voxordinis says, how old are you? I am 22. I just turned 22 this year. 22. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Shako77 says, are you gonna release your songs? I really want to. It takes a minute to like record, write, and obviously you want to have enough material, because I had a lot of covers on my original album that I wanted to release, but in order to release a cover you have to pay for royalties plus have licensing that you have to pay for every year / update, and it just seemed like a lot of work because I'm not a musical artist by trade. Like that is not my main source of income. So I just felt like it was a lot of work for something that I'm just doing for fun. So I had to take away all the covers, and I still have them on my computer because they sound really good. I just don't think I'll be releasing them on an album form. But I do really want to release my songs to you guys so you guys can hear them. joelmana 1711 asks, do you play drums? I do not. I really wish I could. Drums is, like, I think, the most underrated instrument. I know a lot of people like the drums, but like, it's mind-blowing to me. Like, I think drums are like insane. Not just like, okay, whatever, they're cool. They are. Like, without them, we are nothing. And I think they blend in very well in songs, so a lot of the times we just don't really appreciate how intense some of the little, like, I don't know what a drum, because in guitar it's like a little guitar lick. What is the word for drumming? Like a fill, I guess? I don't know. But it gets so incredibly, like, intense. I have the utmost respect for drummers. I really wish I did play. 999 Morgue. Do you think you'll do a vinyl record collection video? Would love to see one. Yes, I plan on doing one. I recently got a couple of new vinyls, so I'm just putting them away now because I have no more space left in my vinyl cabinet. But I will do a full vinyl collection. I know I did a Jump for Shantae collection video, which was insane because I spoke a lot in that video, rambled a lot about him. But I plan to do a full vinyl collection for sure. And an updated CD one because I'm currently building new shelves because I have so many new CDs that don't fit outside my room. I have over 1,000 now. Sorry. 50 what movies slash shows have you watched recently? Also, what is your top 5 favorite movies? Recently, I've been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, as I think all of us are. I watched The Seventh Seal recently from like late 1950s. It's really, really good. I think it's a Swedish film. I adored that movie. The Hitcher, Reefer Madness. That's like a cult classic. I just kept meaning to watch, so I watched that one. Weapons. I saw Weapons in cinema, in the theater. It was really good. Really, really, really good. I loved Weapons. I'm trying to think TV shows. I don't really watch TV shows anymore. I have started The Girlfriend. And in terms of top 5 favorite movies, I think that's a little bit difficult for me to pick. Currently, it would probably be, in no particular order, Mulholland Drive. That's like one of my favorite David Lynch films. I'm excluding shows, by the way, otherwise Twin Peaks would have been there, obviously, but we'll do Mulholland Drive. I really do love Donnie Darko. Men by Alex Garland is one of my top horror movies. I think it's so underrated, by the way. Let me think. I have 2 more. What am I gonna put? 4 would probably be Mad Max Fury Road. I have never seen a film that does that vibe ever. It's such an original, cool movie, and the characters, the design, the music, everything. 10 out of 10. And then for my last spot, I really do love The Craft, but maybe I need to fit something else in there. I would probably put like The Wicker Man or Trainspotting. They're very different films, but I don't know, I'm having a hard time choosing the 2. Oh, obviously I choose Trainspotting, I think. But The Wicker Man, I can just watch that movie constantly. It's so good. Alright, thank you for your question. So we have Meriem the Cutie. They are asking, hi, here's some questions. You can pick some. I know there are a lot. Well, you did put a lot of questions, but I'm going to answer all of them. So, number one. When is your birthday? I'm not going to give the exact date, safety reasons, but I am a summer baby. A summer baby. I don't really identify with that, though. I feel like I'm a fall girl at heart. I don't like spring or winter that much. Summer's okay. Fall is where my heart is at, but I am a summer baby. Do you like the dark romance genre or any modern / new books? Because you seem to enjoy reading old books. Dark romance. I don't think I've read a lot of dark romance books. I have a lot of friends that are really into that genre, but in terms of modern or new books, I'm not actually up to date with a lot of them. I think the newest book I've read is We Were Liars, but I don't know if that's like old now or not. But I do enjoy reading old books because I find it's easier to buy at thrift stores or secondhand shops because I don't like paying full price for books that I know I'm not gonna like as much. You know what I mean? Obviously support artists and authors and whatnot, but I do tend to stick to older books because, you know, they have a reputation. You know it's gonna be good and reliable. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really read modern books, but I am willing to try. I just have a lot of books I have to get through first. What is your dream job? I love cinema, so being able to be a film critic would be amazing, because I love reviewing films, watching them, giving my opinions on them, coming up with theories and whatnot. But when I was younger, I really wanted to be a teacher, specifically for elementary school kids. I used to volunteer at a kindergarten, and I think children are just, you can learn so much from them. They are so capable and smart, and they aren't clouded with judgments that I feel like adults are. They're not afraid to be goofy and do what they feel like doing, you know, so probably kindergarten teacher. Are you an introvert or extrovert? Huge introvert. I used to be a selective mute growing up. Up until the age of 7 or 8, I would not speak in public, and people thought there was something wrong with me. But I was just a really, really shy kid, and very anxious. I was an anxious kid, and very, very anxious. I was a very anxious child. But yeah, extreme introvert. I have a very low social battery, so if I go out a lot of days in a row, I have to spend like a week at home minimum to recharge. is, how many countries have you visited so far? Okay, let me count. So obviously Canada. I've been to America a bunch because I used to play basketball and we would have a lot of tournaments in like Atlanta, Kansas, Kentucky, whatnot. In terms of European countries, I've been to Ireland, which is gorgeous by the way, London, Germany, Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia. I've been to France, but it was just like a 15-minute layover, so I'm gonna take that one down. I didn't leave the airport, but technically I stepped on French soil, I guess. And I used to go to the Dominican Republic a lot with my family when I was younger. And like Cuba and stuff. So I guess that's how many. I do want to visit France properly to see Jim Morrison's grave, and I want to visit Scotland to see Edinburgh. I think France and Scotland are top of my list right now, but I do want to go back to Ireland because it was so gorgeous. Do you have any Arab/Muslim friends? I do. Tiffany, who has been on this channel, she is Muslim. In terms of close friends, I think she is, yeah, she's the only one in my like close-knit friend group, because I have a close friend group of like 4 people. She's there. But of other people I'm friendly with, I am surrounded by Arab and Muslim friends. But they are only women. I don't think I'm friends with any Arab or Muslim guys. I'm trying to think. No, because the thing is, I don't really talk to guys in general. My friend group are all women, except for one guy, but he's like, you know, that's our friend group. But yeah, no, they're lovely women. I love them to death. They are so incredibly kind and sweet. So, what are the things you consider as red flags in any relationship? Good question. When they give you the silent treatment, I think that is, even in friendships and romantic relationships, that is so stupid, because having good communication is the only way to fix things. And even, you know, it's, if you're hurt by what someone did to you, it's totally fine to be like, hey, I need some time to process. That is completely different than someone trying to reach out and talk to you and you're just like, you know. So silent treatment, so stupid. When they're not willing to compromise for you, because inconvenience is the cost of community. So if you're going out of your way to help them and they don't notice that, they don't appreciate it, / they don't want to do things for you, get out of there, because they're just using up your energy and wasting your time, to be honest with you. And of course, like, obviously, if they speak rude to you, like rudely, and point out your, like, they know you're insecure about something and they point it out anyways, I think that is extremely rude. It's not even a red flag, it's just like being an asshole, you know. Give us some advice you truly believe in. I love this question. Something I truly believe in is what is meant to be will be. Okay, there's a John Frusciante lyric, not to bring up my man again, but the lyric says, whatever slips out of your hand will find its way back to you once again. Because whatever slips out of our hands will find its way back to us once again. And I truly believe that. So instead of trying to hold on to something and make it work, let it go. The universe will bring it either back to you or bring something in the place of it. So it's all about not having stagnant energy and fighting against the flow, but surrender yourself to the current of life and see what is coming your way. So if there's like a toxic friend you have in your life, let go, because you're wasting your energy on a toxic friend instead of making room for a new friend who's going to love you unconditionally, you know? So I guess that's the advice I have. It's just, what's meant to be will be. Don't fight the flow. If you feel like it's wrong, it's wrong. Let go, make space for new. The universe will provide for you. Next question is, how do you get yourself out of a bad mood / depression or negative energy, or any negative energy rather? I usually like to start with cleaning. When I'm having a really bad moment or a depressive era, everything in my room gets very dusty because I don't, keep with the cleaning and vacuuming and stuff. So the first thing I like to do is light some incense to get stuff and energy flowing, open a window, and then take off everything from my shelves, dust it all, reorganize it as I'm putting it back, because I have a lot of things on my shelves and walls. I plan to do a room tour soon, sort of reorganizing where everything sits, making everything feel new and clean again. That's something I like to do, which is like a full room deep clean, and I find it makes give us 3 things you love about yourself and other 3 you're working on fixing. Meriem, you have some good questions. So 3 things I love about myself. Let me see. I think I really do have a very pure heart. Not to flex on you guys. No, I'm kidding. But I genuinely wish the best for my friends and my family and those around me. And like, I don't wish harm upon anybody. And when I was younger, you know, I was surrounded by my family, and my family's a pretty judgmental family. So walking down the street, we'd see someone who was dressed a little bit differently, and they'd like point them out and be like, look at this weirdo, whatever. But I never felt like that, you know. So even now when I see someone who's a little bit different on the street, I'm like, wow, you are so cool, you know. And I, like, in my head, I'm like complimenting their outfit and everything. So that's, I think, the main thing I love about myself is how pure and kind I think I am to others. And I do go out of my way to help people as well. So I do like that quality about myself. I also like the amount of talents / hobbies I have. I've always thought of myself as the jack of all trades, master of none. And that used to really bother me when I was younger. But now I sort of celebrate the amount of hobbies and talents I have. Talents meaning like I play guitar, piano, I know the flute, kalimba, bass guitar. I do a lot of bracelet making, necklace making, wire wraps, bead looming, and obviously you guys know my music passion, so I collect cassettes, VHS tapes, CDs. I'm very knowledgeable about music, like band eras and stuff, so I think my hyperfixations are definitely something I really like. And I think the last thing I like about myself is that I'm constantly trying to improve. There's a lot of things that I don't really enjoy about myself, but I'm continually working on fixing it and getting better. So like I've taken up a lot of yoga, meditation, and I'm really trying to calm my inner nerves and my nervous system. So I guess just that I'm continually improving. That's something I really love. 3 things I'm working on fixing. As I kind of mentioned, although I love improving, that means there's something to improve on. So I think my nervous system is messed up. Like my stress to response is like I get physically ill. Because growing up I was in a lot of distress in high school. And I think that messed up my nervous system. So now every time I get a little bit stressed, I have a fever, I can't move for 3 days. So I really want to get better at coping with those kinds of stressors because that's not going away. That's what life is. So that's something I want to fix. Second, I want to get out of my shell more because yes, I am an introvert, but then I stay inside all the time. So going to, I want to pick up sewing, so take a sewing class or something, or a pottery class. So doing different classes and interacting with random strangers is something I want to be better at. Sorry guys, my phone just ran out of storage, so I had to quickly delete some stuff to get back. I think I was in the last part of what am I working on fixing, and it would probably be my self-confidence, because I'm a very capable person. I'm smart, I can, figure things out on my own. I've completed a really prestigious degree at university, I have a job, I have a lot of good attributes, but I always feel like people are way more smarter than I am, more eloquent than I am, and in general better people than I am. So just kind of believing in myself more and standing behind my credibility, I think, is something I need to work on. So Meriem, your last question is, what is your love language? Good question. I am really big on gift giving, but not in the sense like buying, a really expensive gift. I love when people, like my friends specifically, are thrifting and they see like a $2 little trinket and they're like, wow, this is so dicky core, I'm buying it for her, and they give it to me because it makes me feel so seen. And my friends call me the trinket master because I have a lot of shit in my room. But yeah, like seeing something and thinking about me, just that means so much to me. Or even finding a rock, a cool looking rock, and you're like, you want this? I'm like, yes, I do. And like I'm a big junk journal girly. So something that this one guy I went out with, he used to do was, like if we'd go to the movie theater, he would like get in line and ask them to print out the tickets for me. And then I'm like, why'd you do that? And he's like, so you can put it in your junk journal, So just like things like that, I find very sweet. And I guess quality time. I don't know. I do like spending time with people. thank you so much for all your questions, Meriem. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have member Rohit. Nikki, I got a whole list for you. Thank you, Rohit, thank you. When did you start collecting all those cassettes and VHS tapes? So I think the first thing I ever started collecting was CDs, and I bought my first ever CD when I was 12 for myself. Like, obviously I had CDs in my house, but with my own money I bought the Smashing Pumpkins Melancholy Infinite Sadness album because I thought the cover looked very pretty. Did not know anything about the Smashing Pumpkins. Fast forward now, Smashing Pumpkins are one of my favorite bands. But cassettes and VHS started after a couple of years. I think maybe when I was 14, 15. We always had VHS in my house because growing up we would watch the Barbie movies on them. Because I think my age group was just when DVDs were becoming more popular, but we still had a VCR system and whatnot. But I personally started collecting VHS tapes or cassettes when I was 14, 15. VHS tapes probably around 17, 18, so a little later. Also, you post daily like it's nothing. What keeps you going? Well, that did not age well. Rohit, I'm so sorry I stopped posting daily. I had a good chunk of time where I was like mentally really sharp, ready to go, and I was posting every single day. What kept me going back then was I think I was in a really good mental space and I had a lot of fun making the videos. I was unemployed at that time. I had a lot of money saved up, so I didn't need to freak out about getting a job ASAP. So I just had a lot of time on my hands, and ASMR is something I really love doing. So it didn't really feel like work to me either. But unfortunately now I'm dealing with a lot of health issues, so that has been stressing me out. I don't have time to focus on ASMR when I'm dealing with all that. Plus I'm starting the job soon, so unfortunately I can't post daily. I'm sorry, Rohit. How long are you planning to keep this channel alive, by the way? Hopefully indefinitely. I don't foresee myself stopping to post. Maybe like recently when I had a couple of, like a week or so break, stuff like that will probably come up because that's just life. But hopefully I will keep this channel alive forever, ever, 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 ever. And most important question, how tall are you? I am 5'8". I don't know what that is in centimeters, but in Canada we use feet. So I'm 5'8". But I come from a really tall family. My sister is 5'11", 6 foot. My brother is 6'4". Father 6'4", my brother's like 6'4", 6'5", so I'm kind of the shortest in my family. Also, who's your favorite member? Rohit, you're gonna get me in trouble. No, I actually love every single member. I think we have like Rohit, Eli, Madison, Elsa. They comment the most, I think, and I do enjoy the comments, guys. They're so funny. But my grandpa actually joined as a member on this channel. And he didn't tell me he was doing that. He just joined. So I'd probably pick him as my favorite because I just think it's so sweet. He doesn't really get ASMR at all, but he's like, I want to support you, Dickie. I was like, thank you, Grandpa. So he's the newest member. When are we seeing the new rocks collection? Oh, good question. I want to do a rocks collection video. I got a lot of new ones. Speaking of which, I have a couple I still need to varnish. This one, I loved the cross. Wow, do you see how like sweaty my hands are right now? And this one is really cool with the wishing stone going both ways. So I need to varnish these two, but I do have a lot of rocks in my collection, so I would love to do a video. Last question from Rohit. Please tell me there's at least 1% chance we'll ever see your face. Yes. I actually came really close to posting a face reveal a couple of months ago, but then I just didn't because I got scared. Not scared in the sense that like I think you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, chopped unk. No, it's fine. But like, I don't know, I feel like it's a really big commitment to publicly post your face, so it's a little bit scary to me. But yeah, I think definitely we'll do a face reveal. I don't want to say sometime soon because I don't know, but in the future I can foresee it for sure. Thank you for all your questions, Rohit. Thank you for being a member. So Edits1 says, hey Dickie, here's a question from me. What inspired you to pick up the guitar and when did you first start learning it? Okay, and there's another question after, but what inspired me to pick up guitar? When I was around 7 or 8, my parents put me in guitar lessons. That lasted for about a week because, as I mentioned, I was a very shy kid. So whenever they would drop me off, I would do nothing but sit there and cry and want my parents to come pick me up. So I had to stop guitar. But we had that because my parents they're very enthusiastic every time I get into a new hobby. So they bought me a guitar when I was a kid, and that just stayed in our house. But I never learned how to play it. Then when I was in middle school, so 12 to, like I was 12, 13 / 13, 14, like grade 7, grade 8, we had to take mandatory music classes where we learned the guitar, but very basic, just like a pentatonic scale. That was it. And I really enjoyed it, and I would spend hours practicing at home. And then when I started high school, I kind of stopped playing, but then back in grade 11, I think I was 16, 15, 16, or no, 16, yeah. I picked it up officially by myself, and I don't know, I just really liked it. I feel like when you connect with a certain hobby or musical instrument, it makes sense to you, you know? Like, for example, my brother loves playing basketball, and he's on his school's team for college, and he has practice every single day for 2 hours minimum. And I don't know how he does it, because that'd be torture for me. But in the same way, I practice guitar for 2 hours plus, mostly every single day, and he would hate doing that. So it's something that clicks with me, and that's why I really like doing it. Also, what made you start your channel and get into ASMR? ASMR I've been watching for like almost a decade now. Or yes, a decade. I picked it up when I was 12 in middle school. I think it was Gentle Whispers was my first ever ASMR video I watched. But the reason why I got into ASMR was I'm a big fan of Daz games and like Daz watches and everything. And he reviewed an ASMR Darling video, and that was my first exposure to ASMR. And then I got curious because he was kind of like roasting ASMR Darling, but I was like, this is kind of nice. So then I searched ASMR my own, and then Gentle Whispers was like the first video I watched, and I actually got tingles that one time I watched it, and that was it. So I haven't gotten tingles since the first time I watched ASMR. But I really love Karuna Satori ASMR and whatnot. So that's what got me into ASMR. And starting my channel, I always wanted to start an ASMR channel. But specifically my sister and our really close friend, every summer we pick a challenge to do. And they really wanted to start vlog channels, and like fitness stuff. So one summer, like 3 years ago, we were like, all right, this is the summer of our YouTube era. So the challenge was each of us would make a channel, and whoever had the most views / subscribers at the end of the summer, they would win, and the other two had to take them out for dinner. So I started Dicky ASMR, and I ended up winning by default because they didn't start channels at all. So I was like, what is this? What is this summer challenge? Dicky's the only one participating. So although I was actually really successful in this channel, I won by default, so it didn't, like, if I had 1 subscriber, I would have won 2. But I think by the end of this summer, I had maybe 600 subscribers, 600, closer to 1,000, I think. Thank you for your questions. Lastly, we have a question from Span. Rose. Guys, I love Span. Their channel is so great, so if you want good ASMR, check out Span's channel. So Span says, do you love baking? The cookie ASMR is my favorite. I've made them many twice now. Thank you, Span. I do love baking. I am more into cooking now, but when I was younger, specifically like in high school, baking was the only thing that I was really into. I didn't like cooking that much. So I'd make a lot of just cookies, brownies, cakes, butter tarts, like everything. But cookies are my new hyperfixation. So that recipe I shared, I did update it. Got some good new little like updates, I guess. But it tastes really good now, so I may do an updated video. But yeah, I really like baking. And I took a cake decorating class once before, and it's way harder than it looks, but it's very fun as well. But yeah, thank you so much for your questions, man. Span. Alright, everybody, I think that's all. Apologies if I missed your question. You can list it down below and I'll answer it. But I'm gonna try to edit it by like inserting screenshots in the comments because I feel like it's gonna look cooler. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed,